Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. Today's episode is for anyone who has ever experienced love, who has felt lost as a result of love. Or maybe you're someone who is still waiting, hoping, or still healing from love. So this isn't just a Valentine's Day message, no. This is a love letter to the version of you that no longer wants to shrink, that no longer wants to shift or morph into someone else just to be chosen. So let's begin with a simple image. That is salt and sugar. You see, two ingredients that at first glance, they look nearly identical. They look alike. I mean, both are white, both of them are granular and looks very familiar. But the moment they touch your tongue, oh, you know, they are not the same. Because salt is bold, sugar is sweet. Salt awakens the palate, sugar soothes. And yet, when they are blended together in the right measurement, they create something far more complex. Because together, they create something flavorful, just like love. And let me be clear. Love is not a prize for the young or a finish line for the lucky. No, love is for the ready. Love is for those who are open and are ready to give as well as receive love. And readiness has very little to do with age. Oh yes. And it has everything to do with awareness. Hey, maybe today you are single. Maybe today you are starting over. Maybe you've known deep love before and you've suffered loss. Or maybe, just maybe, you've grown so used to being alone, you've forgotten what love is supposed to feel like. Whatever your story is, know this. If it's love that you desire, then you are not too old. You are not too broken, you are not too complicated, and it's not too late. Because love isn't just about feelings and romance. Love is also about connection. Connection to your soul, to your truth, and yes, your person. So this season, whether you call it Valentine's Day or just another February day, let it be a reminder that your story, your love story, is not over. In fact, the older you get, your love story might just be getting more interesting. So let's get back to the kitchen, okay? Now, imagine two bowls sitting on your countertop. One of them is full with salt, the other one is filled with sugar. And they're side by side. They resemble each other, yes, but that is until they reveal their true nature. Because one has an edge, the other a softness. One preserves, the other pleases. And here's the key, neither one of them is better than the other. And neither one of them is trying to become the other. Salt doesn't dream of becoming sugar, and sugar doesn't envy salt. And that's because they both own their flavor. They both live up to their function and their essence. So why do we as people so very often try to hide our edges? Why do we sweeten our truth, soften our standards, or dilute our desires to be more digestible for someone else? Because here's the honest truth. Pretending to be who you're not will only leave you exhausted, worn out, and tired. Trust me, because the mask, it always slips. And when it does, so does the connection. Because you see, true love, the real kind, it just requires you to be you, to be yourself. It needs you to be fully, boldly, and unapologetically you. Because when you are yourself, believe me, the right person, oh, they won't even flinch. In fact, they will lean in. They will come closer. Now let's talk a bit about compatibility. See, many people confuses chemistry for connection. For example, they see someone who looks like their type, or they meet someone with whom they share a few hobbies. maybe even some childhood stories or traumas. And because of that, they automatically assume, oh, this is it. This has got to be my person or my soulmate. But let me tell you, emotional compatibility runs deeper than common interests. Because compatibility, it's not just about how you look together, it's about how you feel together. And salt and sugar, they are not incompatible. They just need the right recipe. So I challenge you, ask yourself, are you looking for someone who mirrors you? Or are you looking for someone who complements you? Because I do believe that the most fulfilling relationships are not actually between identical ingredients, but it's between those who respect each other's flavor, each other's uniqueness and differences, and also know how to balance them. And word of caution, before you combine yourself with anyone else, let me tell you, please take time to truly know yourself. Because if you want to have a genuine, loving, and respectful and beautiful relationship, then you must know the main ingredients, and that is you. You've got to know who you really are. What do you believe in? What makes you feel alive? What awakens you? What will you absolutely not compromise on? Are you a person who craves deep conversations, spiritual alignment, and emotional safety? Or are you just drawn to playfulness, adventure, and spontaneity? And if any of those are you, then it's okay. Because hey, all I'm saying is, whatever your truth is, own it. Because the more you try to become what others want, the further it is you drift from the kind of love that will actually sustain you. And here's something no one tells you. If you don't know yourself, you will keep choosing people who don't know how to love you correctly. Because as the saying goes, when the use of a thing is not known, then guess what? Abuse is inevitable. It will happen. So now let's get real about love and aging. Because honestly, at 19, love may have looked like butterflies, texting all night, FaceTiming all hours of the day, and big promises and big energy, which is all good. Then at 29, love might have been about stability and starting a family, a life with someone else. Then here comes 39, and maybe this time around, love has become more about emotional maturity, shared growth, companionship. And so by the time you reach your 50s, your 60s, or beyond, maybe love simply looks like peace. You know, the shared silence, the holding hands in quiet. You know, that sweet, tender, knowing glance across the dinner table. Simple things like a walk around your neighborhood together, or just a simple joy of feeling understood without having to explain. Can you imagine just being with someone who can practically finish your sentence, not because they're mirroring you or they're mimicking you, but because they know you? And all of that is love. And just like your taste in food evolves as you get older, so does your taste in love. So if you are beginning to see any of these signs, just know that you're not regressing, you're not going back. No, you are refining. You are being refined. You are beginning to settle into who you truly are. So don't you ever compare your story to someone else's. Don't allow culture, timelines, or critics to dictate your pace, because there's no expiration date on a meaningful connection. And by now, you've likely learned that communication isn't just about talking. It's not just about words, but it's about listening from the heart. And it's also about revealing and opening up yourself to another person. Because you see, in a mature relationship, you need someone who can sit with your truth without running. Someone who can hear your silence without you speaking a word. You need someone who can speak with intentions and not impulse. And even most importantly, you need someone who can make you feel safe. Because chemistry might get you through the door, but communication is what keeps you in the room. So ask yourself, Can I be myself around them? Do they make space for my emotions or only my body? Is their presence calming or does it make me feel anxious? And if you find yourself walking on eggshells, oh, you are not in love. You are in fear. Because love doesn't feel like fear. It feels like safety. So if your last relationship didn't work out, if your love story took a painful turn, hear this. You are not a failure. You are a survivor. You are a learner, a grower. And trying again is not desperate. To try again is brave. You see, chefs, they don't give up after one bad dish. No, instead, they go back to the drawing board, they refine the experiment, and they keep going. And when they finally land on the perfect blend, oh, they cook and they share the food, and everyone gets to eat and celebrate. So know that you are the chef of your own life. So step back into the kitchen of love once again when you're ready. And by this time, listen, choose your ingredients wisely. And remember that before anyone else can love you well, you must first love yourself deeply. And that means laughing at your own jokes, taking yourself out on dates, saying no without guilt, and setting boundaries and honoring them. And also remember that you are not half waiting to be completed. You are whole. And someone who truly loves you won't try to fill your emptiness because they will see your fullness and they will celebrate it. So make peace with your past. Heal your old wounds. And don't let loneliness be the one to choose your partner. Let wisdom and maturity do that for you instead. And as the brilliant Maya Angelou once said, listen, she says, love, it liberates. It doesn't bind. So remember that real love, especially in your later years, it looks totally different. Because now it's softer, it's still, and it's sacred. And most times it looks like holding hands on the porch at night, in the evening, sharing stories with no agenda, cooking together, yes, with salt and sugar, side by side. It means laughing at the same inside joke for the 100th time. It means sitting in silence and feeling safe. And that kind of love, oh, it doesn't perform. It doesn't create panic or breed fear. Instead, it stays. And yes, it might take some time, but when it arrives, that type of love, you will whisper to yourself, this was worth the wait. So if you are single today, listen, don't drown yourself in sadness. Instead, rise into reflection and ask yourself, have I truly honored my own heart? Have I settled just to feel something? Or am I in survival mode? Have I closed off myself from real love? Or have I opened up to healing? Do I really know what I want now? Or am I still chasing old desires? So don't let this season be a reminder of what you lack, what you don't have, but instead let it be a reminder of what is possible. And remember, you are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are learning. You are tasting. You are experimenting and evolving. And somewhere out there is someone who will not only appreciate your flavor, but will say and declare, man, oh man, I've never tasted anything like this before. So if you are salt, don't be afraid to be salt. If you are sugar and sweet, don't be afraid to be sugar. Don't be afraid to be sweet. And definitely don't be afraid to be you. Because love, the real kind, isn't about changing who you are. It's about finding someone who sees your essence and says, I will take him or her just the way you are. And I will love you just the way you are. I'll take it, all of it, just as it is. So to every woman or man listening to me right now, single, starting over, or simply figuring it out, my wish for you is this season, may you fall in love with yourself again. Because once you do, the right person will be drawn to the beauty, the essence, and the truth of your genuine heart. And now I leave you with this question. What ingredients have made your love story more flavorful over time? What have you learned about yourself that's changed how you give and receive love? Listen, leave a comment below, because your story, your recipe, might be exactly what someone else needs to hear in the midst of all the love songs, the chocolates, the gifts, and the flowers. So until next time, with love, choose wisely. Bye for now.